My little anvil here sure gets a lot of use. It's got some dings and dents and some mystery marks here. But what I've noticed of late is that the face has got some sway back from all the years of use. Can't see it maybe from your view, but if you see it here with the ruler on it, you can see how the middle dips down just a little bit. When I get a chance, I might take it to the machinist to have him surface grind this anvil. So, good friend of the channel and customer William Grinley asked me how I go about making small scroll ends, and so I decided to grab a few odds and ends and give a few a go. I don't do a lot of decorative blacksmithing, and so maybe I'm not the best person to give instruction on this, but I sometimes do this sort of thing unconventionally, and so maybe you might find that interesting. So traditionally, you first want to bend your tapered end to about 90 degrees. And then you want to work the piece and your hammer from horizontal up towards vertical thusly. The successive blows should create a round scroll end. However, for me personally, I don't always get a pleasing scroll end doing it in this way. I always seem to get a little bit of straight on the very end of the scroll. I need to give a very big shout out to Billy Krieger for his very generous donation to the channel. Thank you kindly, and thanks to everyone who directly supports the channel. So I've drawn out a few pieces to play around with. For me personally, I like to use a Swage depression when forming scroll ends. I just find it easier and more consistent. You get a much more rounded appearance, at least I do. Continuing in this manner, you can tighten up the scroll as much as you like. As you tighten the scroll more, it can take on some unexpected and some very pleasing shapes. This one, though not a flowing round, has become very pleasing to me. Here's another simple way you might start a small scroll end. I didn't taper this shorter, heavier piece much, and so it's a little bit more difficult to get the piece to flow. So I got this tight, but it's not pleasing. It's just too angular, but not in a good way. Just simply drift a scroll end if it's not pleasing to you to open it up a bit and round it off, and then get it to where you feel like it's much more pleasing. That's definitely better. So a thing to keep in mind is that fine tapers normally lead to better, more pleasing scroll ends, though not necessarily. But the thinking is that in nature things taper, and so it has a much more natural look when you do give it enough taper before you scroll an end. Also, something unexpected and irregular like this can be pretty nice. That's all for this one. Stick around. We've got a lot more fooling around to do.